Hi scientists! Today we're going to talk about those different habitats. But first, let's review the 4 things a good habitat must have to be livable. Do you remember what they are? Clean air, clean water, food, and shelter. That's right. Okay, let's start with the desert. The desert can be extremely hot and dry. So, desert animals, how do they get water? They need water. Every good habitat needs clean water, that's right. Well, did you know some desert animals hibernate? Can you say hibernate?
Hibernate.
Great job. They hibernate or sleep or rest, slow down their bodies until it cools down. That's right. Some of them, they rest during the day while it's hot until it gets cooler. That way, they're using less of the water that's already in their bodies. Pretty cool, right? Okay, now, other animals, they find water. Where might they find water in a desert that's dry and hot? Have you ever heard of a cactus? It's a plant that is full of water. That's so cool, right? So they get their water from a cactus. How do they find shelter? In a desert. Did you know some of them bury themselves under the sand and they wait again until it cools? Some of them find shade under a plant. Some of them find caves. They find a way. They're made for it. Now, all of these desert animals have adapted to this environment, this habitat. That's right. They can survive because they have bodies made for it. Now, what if we go to the ocean? Could our camel friend survive here? No, he's made for the desert. He could never adapt to the ocean. Ocean animals, they're made for this water. That's right. Do they need clean water? Yes, they do. They could never survive in dirty, polluted water. Nope, they need clean water, just like any other animal in any other habitat. Now, what about air or oxygen? How do they get that? Well, we learned about that in vertebrates. Some of them have, how do they breathe that oxygen? Gills! That's right. And others, the mammals, they have to go to the surface to get their air. Pretty cool, right? Now, how do they find shelter in the ocean? Did you know some of them hide just beneath the sea floor? Kind of like in the desert, under the sand. That's right. And others, like this guy, they carry their shelter with them everywhere they go. Pretty cool. Next, we'll travel to the Arctic. The Arctic is the coldest and driest of all the animal habitats. There are no trees and no spiders. Professor Beakerz might need to move there. No spiders. But you might find polar bears, beluga whales, pretty cool. You might find penguins, that's right. They too need the 4 basics of a good habitat. Can we review them one more time? Clean air, clean water, food, and shelter. That's right. Now, polar bears for food. Did you know that sometimes they will travel hundreds, even thousands of miles to find food? Now, I might do the same thing if I'm hungry, if I had to. Would you? I know, nobody delivers to the Arctic. I might have to walk 100 miles. What about shelter? Well, some of them burrow in the snow. Some of them build snow dens, but most of them wear their shelter. They have thick, thick fur. Even the birds have layers and layers of feathers, and they have blubber. What's blubber? It's fat. So they wear their shelter. They are made, once again, they are animals made for their habitats. They have adapted and they fit right in. So now we're going to move on to our final habitat, the forest. Now, depending on where they are in the world, some forests are colder and drier, while others, like here, rainforests, just like their name, are always wet and warm. They're filled with trees and plants and all kinds of animals. And just like every other habitat, yes, they need all the basics of a good habitat in order to survive. And if something goes wrong in that habitat, what are they going to do? Move. That's right. Like that polar bear in the Arctic, they're going to move to find food. Very good, you guys. All right. So what might we find in the forest? Well, in some forests, did you know that squirrels and skunks and chipmunks and bears, they do that thing we talked about? They hibernate. That's right. But some of them hibernate in a semi-sleep, like bears. So even though a bear might sleep up to 100 days at a time to keep his energy, don't sneak up on one because he's ready to pounce. We don't want that. Now, a squirrel is made for their environment. If they're in a tree, what do they have to help them? Little claws to climb up, and a bird, if they put their nest up there and build their shelter, they need wings to fly. So what have we learned? All animals adapt and have what they need for their habitat. And a good habitat has the 4 basics. What are they again? Clean air, clean water, food, and shelter. That's right. Okay, guys, so what is your activity? I think you're going to have fun with this one. We gave you habitats and animals to sort. Now, we had a lot of fun with ours, and I hope you have fun with yours. You can color them, you can cut them out and paste or tape them, but the important part is to sort them and decide where they belong, which habitat. And you can put them in your journal as well. Write down the habitats that you found and the animals you think you might find there. Have fun with it, and I can't wait to hear from you guys. Next time, we're going to be talking about the environment. I can't wait. Take care.